Hey everyone, welcome to the training here, and on this training we're going to talk about the time on site and how that's really calculated and how that actually works out. So anyway, we're going to go ahead and jump into it. Now, one thing I will say up front as a quick disclaimer is that Google is an amazing system. They always do like to modify and update their processes and systems. So this may be something that gets modified in the future. However, as of currently, this is how time on site is calculated. This comes directly from Google and some of the trainings that we've obviously gone through as certified individuals from the Google side. So time on site, how is this calculated? Well, someone comes to your web page, and at this point, as soon as the web page fully loads, that clock starts running. Okay, so there's a little timer. It's actually through some JavaScript, I believe, that actually starts this timer. This timer starts running. However, nobody really knows how long that timer needs to run until the consumer who's on your web page takes an action. They have to do something. They have to actually click on another page. At that point, Google can now measure the amount of time that that individual was on that site. So in this particular example here, we're going to say they were on the site for 1 minute and 10 seconds. They were on that first page for 1:10. But now they're actually on to page 2. But what that means is that our total time on site is now 1 minute and 10 seconds. And again, we weren't able to identify that until someone took action and clicked on your page, on a separate page on your website. But now they're on page 2, how do we track that? Well, again, that timer starts over again. It clicks off. It's kind of like if you've ever seen a little stopwatch. They have the lap feature on there. That allows you to track one lap and another lap and another lap, and you're tracking around the same track. So in this case, we had lap 1, which was 1 minute 10 seconds. How much time was spent on page 1? Well, now we don't know really how much time is spent on page 2 until, again, someone takes an action and goes to page 3. So we're going to go ahead and take a click. We're going to go to page 3. At this point, now we can measure that amount of time. And now we can measure that, and we can identify that one was, in this example, 45 seconds. So that 45 seconds gets added to our 1 minute 10 seconds for a total time on site of 1 minute 55 seconds at this point. So now we've actually been able to measure the total time on site. Now again, they're on page 3, and unfortunately, we're not able to even measure where they're at on page 3. So at this point, when the user is on page 3, maybe they got called away by their boss, they had to actually go into a meeting. That page may just continually be running. Maybe they closed out of the browser window. We don't know how long they were on page 3. So at this point, while they viewed 3 pages, because 3 full pages have loaded, their total time on site is 1 minute 55 seconds. So I hope that just helps you to understand a little bit more about how time on site works and how to look at that when you're looking at your Google Analytic reports.